Today we're photographing a 4 to 5 week old baby, and we're going to show you why it's different to photographing a 5 to 14 day old newborn.
We're going to take you through the wrapping techniques. We're also going to show you our workflow and show you the mistakes that you need to avoid.
To start off with, we are using a Click Backdrops flow drop, which is absolutely massive, and we can get about, I don't even know, 8 sets on here sometimes, depending on what we're doing. But for today, we've got 3 props that we're going to be using on here.
We've also got 1, 2, 3 different beanbag fabrics.
And a backup.
And a backup, yeah, we always have a backup. So the plan is to start off with an egg wrap on the beanbag and then transition over to the bed, just because then we can roll the wrap down and there's less disruption. Then we were hoping to do a pretzel wrap in this bowl on the floor.
All shooting down.
Yeah, and then moving back over onto the beanbag in the same wrap. Again, less disruption. We haven't decided yet whether we're going to go for pretzel wrap in this one or go back to an egg wrap just in a different wrap for our cat bed. We're going to go with the flow and see what we're going to do there.
And how baby is coping with different things.
Yeah, our workflow, we have like a plan A and we always have a plan B for depending on how baby is settled, because if they're super fussy, there's just some things that we wouldn't do. The last beanbag fabric that we've got is this one, which we would love to be able to do baby on their front, kind of like tummy time, but we want him sleeping. So we may not be able to do this last one, and that's why we've got a backup then underneath to be able to do something a little bit more simple if baby's not sleeping. But that is the hope. So we've got the other beanbag fabrics are plain ones, so this one needs to go next, and then this one on the top, because we're starting with this colour. But we're going to put this piece of felt over the top, and then egg wrap, and then wrap baby in the felt. You'll see what we mean when we come to
looks
doing
a bit
that
like a petals. Sometimes it looks like petals, sometimes it looks like water drops.
Yeah, like a wave, yeah. So that is the plan.
That is my favourite felt that we got. I love it. I love all the colours and textures in it.
So that's the plan. We are just going to put the last bits of the beanbag fabrics on now that we've got our workflow planned out. And then
when baby arrives, you can come along.
Yes, absolutely. And we'll just go with the flow, because if baby's not feeling it, we just want to
change it up and do something else.
Absolutely. So we're starting with a stretch wrap, stretch jersey wrap underneath. This one doesn't need to look pretty. Its purpose is to keep arms and legs where they need to be. This is a little bit more important when they are an older newborn, because they tend to wriggle a little bit more. They've got a little bit more strength in their limbs, and they do tend to be able to escape a wrap a little bit easier than when they come in at 5 to 14 days. Now, we are going to start with an egg wrap, and the reason being, this is the most secure wrap out of everything that we do, and it tends to be the baby settles a little bit easier when they are wrapped like this, because it is reminding them of when they're back in the womb. So usually this is the one to get them settled if they're a little bit fussy. So with this one, we're just making sure that arms and legs are nice and secure. And then we're going to go in, oh, it's okay. We're going to go in then with the wrap that we want on show over the top. So again, it's another stretch jersey, but just in the same colour fabric. Either the same colour fabric as the beanbag that we're using, or just one to match the props that we want to use. Try and keep hands close to the top, because ideally we'd like the hands to be on show. The baby might pull them back inside the wrap. Oh, okay, we're okay. We're okay. Might pull them back inside the wrap, but they are just there, so we can pull them out when we're ready to pause. And then we're going to get hands out. We've got another one that's a little bit further down, so I'm going to pull that hand out once we've paused on beanbag. So we've already got a stuffer on the beanbag. which is what we call a donut stuffer. It's like a circle with a cutout in the middle. We pop baby's bum in the centre of that stuffer, and then we use some extra stuffers to go up behind baby's head just to support head and neck. Now we always put those stuffers in once baby is inside the donut stuff, only because we know how many we need to put in to make sure we're supporting head and neck properly. We keep dummy in while we are pausing so that baby stays settled. There's a lot of kind of getting baby in the right position, and with this one we've got to tuck that felt in around baby as well. So once we've got baby where we need them to be and they're nice and settled and ready to start taking photos, that's when we pop dummy out. Now if baby starts to fuss again, that's when we pop the dummy back in, get baby settled again, and there's a lot of kind of shooting in between. Hopefully baby settles for you and you can get it all done in one go, but if not, we'll pop the dummy back in, settle baby again and go back to shooting. There's also a lot of trying to get things right in camera, so if you can see any creases in the backdrop for instance, or if the wrap is not quite smooth, we try and do that so we don't have to edit in post. And we do a lot of looking at the back of the camera to make sure that we are getting it right as much as possible in camera and not having to rely on heavy editing afterwards.
So for the next setup, we're going to use this bed prop, and we're going to keep the egg wrap on, but what I am going to do is just bring the shoulders out, so it gives us a little bit more freedom for posing. But we also keep the legs in the correct place. Oh no, I lost it, dummy. We keep the legs in the correct place. So we have got legs going everywhere, isn't it? Keeps it nice and neat inside the bed. Oh, Betty, I know. Shh, 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 shh. So what we're going to do now is pop the blanket up and over. Bless you. But just making sure that the wrap is down far enough that we don't see it. But I'm going to go grab a dummy a second first. The reason we are photographing this one down when we usually photograph on the side is because when babies are a little bit older and more wriggly, it's a lot more safe to do it like this. We don't want to balance them on the end when they're awake and risk them falling out. So when we're photographing this one now, Christy's not going to go anywhere. She's going to be hands there at all times, just in case, because baby's awake. But even if baby wasn't awake, it'd still be hands very close at all times. I think the blanket needs to come down slightly. Christy's very close to his chin. The next wrap is a pretzel wrap, and we're going to go in again with a stretch jersey for underneath. And this one I am just going to concentrate on keeping arms in the right position. So we want this wrap to keep elbows down to sides, but still keeping the hands out at the top. If you want to see any of these wraps, we've got more in-depth tutorials on the channel, so you can go and watch them. But again, with older newborns, because they are a lot stronger, they tend to wriggle out of wraps a little bit easier. So we just want to go in with an underneath wrap for security. Now arms are definitely secure in this style. I'm just going to tuck underneath the edges underneath the wrap behind, just to make sure that we are nice and tight and keeping it as snug as we can. And then we're going to go over the top with the fabric that we are using for the wrap to go in the bowl that we've got here, but also then we're moving on to the beanbag afterwards. So we're nice and secure to be able to do both. At this point then we need to bring legs up to belly. And we're going to
bring the wrap around the back of the shoulders and then back under bum to keep the legs up nice and high. So baby definitely doesn't like having his hands out, but we are still keeping him close to the top, and then if he does pull him back in again, we can just bring him back out as and when we need to.
Okay, so we're moving baby onto our cat scratcher prop instead. If you want to see how we set this up, again, there's a full tutorial on the channel. We're moving him onto this because he just wasn't comfortable on his back and he wants to be sat up a little bit. So this is a better prop for that. And it means he's a little bit more settled so we can get these sleep shots, because he's managed to fall asleep now, which is lovely. Got a nice little mixture of both.
We are keeping the same wrap that we had from the cat scratcher pose in, but we are doing a different pose on the beanbag where baby is on this side. Now we're using the same donut stuffer as we did the last time we were on the beanbag, but because baby is now on a different angle, the stuffers that we used to support head and neck obviously have to move. So exactly the same way as we did the first time round, pop baby into the first stuffer, get him at the angle that we need, and then build up the support around head and neck to make sure he is comfortable and completely safe. And then again, making sure there's no creases in the background and tweaking wrap and legs and everything that we need to get as much right as we can in camera so that we don't have to do any excess editing later. Now we keep dummy in for as long as possible, and then when we are ready to photograph baby, that's when dummy comes out. And again, if baby is unsettled, then you just pop dummy back in, get him settled again, and then take dummy out to the last second. So this is our last setup for this session. Baby is now nice and sleepy, so we're able to do this pose, which is baby on their stomach facing forward, resting head on arms. Now if baby's not flat out for this one, it's a very difficult one to do safely, so we only ever do this if baby is nice and sleepy. Just like with the other beanbag poses, we are starting with the donut stuffer, popping baby into position, and if we need any extra support for head and neck, we can raise the front of that stuffer. Now, one thing that you do need to be mindful of is that baby is putting the weight of their head on their arms, so you need to be double checking the blood flow get into their hands, and also double check where their feet are to make sure that we've got ample blood flow going to their feet as well. So to check this, we are looking for discoloration in the hands and feet. So if they start going a deep red or like a purpley tone, we know that we haven't got enough blood circulating to those hands and feet, so we just need to adjust positions, and it's just something to be mindful of. We're really taking our time when we're posing baby in this position because we need to keep him sleeping. It's not safe to pose in this position if baby isn't sleeping, so we're just taking our time. We don't want any startle, we don't want baby to be upset and wake up, so we're just really posing nice and slowly. And then we are never more than an arm's length away from baby at all times. Now that is the same for all of the props that we use, but with this one I'm just being extra vigilant because I don't want to miss a startle and not be there if baby moves in this position.
We are making lots of little adjustments as we are going when we are posing baby. So making sure the hands and the fingers are in the right position, moving baby's head slightly so that we've got the right angle. And all of these little changes can make a big difference with the end results. And if something's not working, don't be afraid to change it. Because if it's not working, you're not going to be happy with the end result. So changing it now and getting extra photos in that different position, with the leg in a different place, with the hand in a different place, can make all the difference with your end result and how many images you end up with in your gallery.
You're done.
We are. I think it went well overall. The bowl prop didn't quite go how we wanted to, so we did have to move on to the cat bed.
Yeah.
But apart from that, baby slept when he needed to for that last beanbag fabric, and we got it. So
We got through things pretty quickly as well, didn't we? So yeah.
I'm happy with the session.
It was basically plan A.
It was, yeah. Well, it is. We got everything that we wanted to from plan A. I think we did.
Yeah. So, as we mentioned a few times through that video, there is tutorials for all of the wraps that we use today, and tutorials for the cat scratcher prop. So if you want to go and watch those, don't forget to subscribe, and there's plenty of tutorials on our channel. And don't forget to tell us in the comments what you would like to see next. And we will see you all soon.
Bye.